Good morning. It's Wednesday in between Christmas and New Year's, and we are at the farm still. So we just got through feeding the ladies, and what we did today was we unrolled half of a bale, and then we immediately came back on top of the hay and put out some grain. So it's like an extra treat, if you will, to the cows. You know, they go along here and every so many feet there's a pile of grain. But why I like this is the grain falls down into the hay, and the cows will literally eat up every single bit of that hay because it's got grain on top of it. And then on the horizon, you can see that's where we put the balance of the roll. So really an efficient way. The sun's out today. This is a nice warm spot. Look at the girls. They're all looking good. Ladies are looking good. All right, what's on deck? We're gonna feed cattle today. I gotta help my neighbor feed. His helper is down and out. So Dale is under the weather, so I'm flying solo today. And so I'm gonna feed my neighbor's cows, feed mine. Hopefully by 10 o'clock this morning, we'll have the box blade and the bucket back on. And I'm gonna go clean up 2 previous burn piles. I know you've seen that a lot here lately, but we're making things happen. Okay guys, well, here it is. It's Wednesday afternoon. It's about, I don't know, 4:15. Been going all day long. So at telephone 1, we cleaned up 2 piles today. We did a little bit of miscellaneous work around a pool. But then we came back this afternoon to telephone 2, cleaned up all of the metal and the T-post and everything. But there was 3 stumps left on this fence row here, and I started pushing and shoving on those, and you know what? After 2 years, they just popped right out of the ground. The soil conditions were just right. So we still got this one huge stump that will burn, and we'll just keep whittling on it. But this is a major, major accomplishment. We came back and we filled in the holes where the 3 stumps were, did a little more box blading. You can kind of see, I apologize for the dirty windows on the tractor, but you can kind of see what we got done here. I mean, this is a major accomplishment after all of these years to get to this point. I mean, man, that was a lot of work. Hindsight, looking back, it would have been better to pay $2 or $3 grand and have a bulldozer do it and be done with it. But hey, where's the fun in that? All right, guys, that's all for right now. I'm done. Okay, guys, well, beautiful sunrise. Sorry you can't see it because of the trees. It is, I don't know what day it is. Thursday morning, I believe. Yeah, Thursday morning. 64 degrees. Look there. Wow. We got to make some stuff happen today. So what's on deck? Well, I've already been to the hardware store this morning. Got some things for the well house. Even with our best effort, we still had a couple of pipes freeze, so I got to do a little repair. It was a little frustrating. I needed 1-inch PVC fittings, but I guess there was a run on 1-inch PVC with all of the winter storm and everybody everybody's having pipes burst and everything. There was absolutely no fittings at Fix and Feed in Bonham, Texas, so a little strange, but I made it work. I ended up just getting some 2-inch fittings with some reducers to get it down to 1 inch. Less than desirable, but it'll get the job done at least. So that's what's on deck. Oh, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to get back on actually working to clean up, prepping a burn pile. We got one big burn pile, and I got a couple of things that I need to do on that burn pile, which is there's a couple of cedar trees right next to the burn pile that need to be cut down. I'm going to cut those down, get everything staged and prepped so that in the upcoming weeks, when I get the opportunity to do something, I can burn a pile and it's all ready to go. So that's kind of the plan here today. We have made tremendous strides this week in land clearing, cleaning up some of the burn piles that have been around. We pretty much finished that one fence row with the exception of that one big stump, so I'm pretty pleased. I want you to check this ranch down here on the left, man. This is a really nice piece of land, and these guys are professional cattlemen. I don't know how many cows they run, but it's got to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 head, I would guess. All right, that's all I had for you. More to follow. Okay guys, well, here we are. We're at 40 acres. And this is the last of the major burn piles that we have. That's right. Yep, so we're down to the last one. And this one's got a little problem to it, man. It's first off, it's kind of got this draw that goes down in here. There's a group of cedars down here. The previous owners that we bought the land from, they have been using this as a trash pile. So there is all kinds of trash. You can see we've been coming along here every time we remove a tree. We come in here and we pile it on. So this thing is just another massive burn pile that we got to deal with. And all these cedars is what used to be on that fence row up there. So we would take, when power company came through and did its mulching, what was left behind, we came up here and piled them up here. So a lot of root balls in there, just a lot of junk. Scrap lumber, a lot of nails, a lot of scrap metal. So before we can even get ready to burn this, and of course you can kind of see the dilemma, because based upon what the wind is doing, I mean, it's very possible this fire is going to be tall. It's going to be, 10, 15, 20 feet high blaze. And you got cedar trees right next to it. I don't know if you guys know this about cedars, but they love to burn. Green, dry, it doesn't seem to matter. So we're going to come in here. We're going to clean up. I mean, just look at it's a dump. I mean, it is absolutely a dump. I'm embarrassed to have this little section on my property. So we're probably gonna try to leave this cedar tree right here. We're gonna prune it up, get it where you can at least see under it. These two cedar trees over here, they're too close to the burn pile. We're gonna try to get those, knock those down. You can see right here, just a bunch of scrap lumber. And the quickest way to deal with all this is just look at all the trash. That's just what's so frustrating to me is, I don't know, people live in the country, man, and they just use part of their place for trash and to dump. And I don't get it. A lot of this stuff they could have been trying to burn, but they didn't even do that. So, all right, so that's what we're doing. I've already kind of started the process. I got a little happy, got out of the truck, grabbed my chainsaw, and I've already been cutting down some of these cedars here. Of course, we're gonna leave this beautiful oak tree here, but we are going to trim the limbs up so I can drive the tractor through here. You can see it's a little uneven through here. So one of the things we're gonna do is we'll box blade all of this when it's done. Throw out some grass seeds, try to get it to seed before spring, and see if we can get this thing back headed our way. But just what a mess. So yeah, so right now I'm using my new DJI Osmo 6 gimbal. Outside of the wind noise, I think it's working pretty good. I don't know, guys. You let me know. Over here, watch this. I'm gonna try to use a little zoom feature here. Zoom. Look at that. There's like old washing machines, refrigerators, just all kinds of junk back in here that we're gonna be forced to deal with. So that's what I'm working on. We're not ready to burn by any stretch of the imagination, but we're in the process of getting this ready to burn when that day comes. I'm a big believer in prep work. I think when you do your prep work up front, it makes all the difference in the world. All right, guys, cloudy, overcast day, but at 60 degrees, I'll take it. Look at that, man. Those cedars, that thing is gonna burn, burn, burn. Main thing is I just gotta get rid of those cedars. See, man. And then we got a big old pile of dirt and mulch. That's not going to be good for anything. All right, more to follow. Okay, guys, well, we're trying out the new gimbal. So what are we doing? Well, I'm killing time because I'm filling up a water trough. So I'm a little bit bored here. So I thought, man, what a great opportunity to play around with the gimbal. The DJI Osmo 6, I think is the one I'm learning. Kids said my videos were a little shaky, so we're trying to improve upon that and do a little bit better job. So here's the ladies. Let's see what we got here. Hey, girls. Play around here. I'm trying to figure out the exact mode that I want. All right. Let's see what happens here. The girls want to be fed. Hold on, I gotta take both hands and pour. All right, girls. All right. We'll get back a little. This one's a little bit wild. She wasn't so good looking. It didn't have such a good pedigree. I may have to have a talk with her. All right, let's see how this works. Supposedly, as I walk around them, it will keep focused on them. I don't know. Looks to me like it's working pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this little group of 5 registered Sim-Angus heifers. I think they look pretty good. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment. So these will be a year old next month, so they're coming up on their 1-year birthday. Pretty happy with them. All right, guys, well, I'm just playing around today. Just taking it all in and doing a little bit of work. Had to repair the well house. We had a water leak in the as a result of the big freeze, and so that's just what it is. All right, so here's the corrals at telephone 1. Our working pens. Nothing real fancy. We use preferred panels, but we did set metal post in between each joint, a little bit more strength, and so far it's worked out really well. Hopefully they'll last a while and everything will be good. But, you know, nothing lasts forever, right? All right, well, today's a nice day here in North Texas. It's like 64 degrees. And I'm hearing rumors that we may have a day or two in the 70s before New Year's. Wow. That is just hard to believe. All right, I know I'm boring you guys today, but thanks for coming along for the ride. I'm just playing and trying to figure out what's going on. All right, well, here's what we're doing right now. We are filling up this water so we can actually go feed the bull. Look at that, it's hard to fill up the water when you find out you got a little bit of a leak going on. There we go. So that's the plan right now. Filling up water. Gonna go fill the bull's water trough up. The New Holland 5060's been working pretty good this weekend. Happy with all of that. Hello everyone. What are we doing? Sorry for the wind. We are watering the bull. This bull pen right here does not have running water to it, so the only way we can water it is with this tank here. Now, I believe that's a 200-gallon tank, not exactly sure, but that's what we do. We fill up one of these totes with water, truck it over here, fill it up, and we don't have to do it every 2 or 3 weeks. It holds water, especially if we're getting rain. All right, as always, glory be to God. Just thought I'd share how we watered the bulls. Okay, here is the well house, and this is our actual setup that we have for watering the pecans and providing, you know, water to the barn. We joke around all the time and we call this the outhouse because it looks like an outhouse, but we made it tall like that. If we ever needed to remove that pump out of there, it'd be easier to get it out. We wouldn't have to take the roof off. You see some well houses that are really short, and the reason for that is so that they don't take up a lot of space and they're not an eyesore. All right, so what did we have to fix? Right down here at the bottom, I wanted to show you something. And that's right where that water hose, the stainless hose, is attached. That should be 1-inch fittings, but that all froze during the winter storm. Even though we had it open, I guess there was a little water trapped in there, and sure enough, it busted the pipe. Well, you can't find 1-inch fittings right now, I guess, at the local hardware store because of the winter storm and everybody repairing their plumbing. They were pretty much sold out. So I had to use a 2-inch T with reducers to make it work, but bottom line, figured it out, got it all fixed. We're back in business. We got water running, and hopefully that'll be the end of that little story. So, all right, just wanted to show you what we had to do this morning, but that's just one of the many projects that we had to do. So there you go, guys. Okay, well, it is Friday afternoon, and we have been going all day long on this trash pile, burn pile, whatever you want to call it, at the 40 acres that we bought. So man, you know, so the previous homeowners, this is where they just dumped all of their trash. There was a little bit of a low spot here, a little bit of a ravine, and man, they just came in here and dumped it. There was 4 cedar trees, 5 or 6 little scrub trees in here. So we took all of those out. You can see we box bladed it. Hopefully it will not erode here as we go down. You know, we'll just have to kind of see what's going on here. But man, there has been so much work. I cannot tell you how much I put into this as far as bending over, picking up trash, just really trying to work things out. And I mean, golly, this burn pile is just massive, massive, massive. And you can kind of see what's been going on here. I mean, we just keep piling it. Before, I wasn't going to be able to burn it because it was going to catch the cedars and possibly that oak tree on fire because everything was so close. It was so spread out. But man, we have just been cutting, pushing, shoving, packing. So this should burn really, really well because it's all older cedar with the exception of the 4 cedars I cut down this weekend, the last couple of days. Lost track of time here over Christmas and New Year's. But man, what do you think? Massive burn pile? That is going to be a beast of a fire. I mean, just an absolute beast of a fire. Wow. Crazy. All right, guys. Well, thought I would just share with you a little bit what's been going on. The New Holland 5060. Man, she did a great job. Absolutely just great job. We alternated between the bucket on the front and the long pallet forks. The long pallet forks were great for picking up limbs. They were also really good for, you know, getting underneath the roots on some of these cedars that we were trying to pop up. But anyway, that's what we've been doing. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Tell you what, had an idea while I was, you know, when you got time in the tractor and everything, you have time to kind of think about stuff. And, you know, we keep thinking about, well, one day maybe we'll build a house. I doubt we'll build a house up here because it's just a little bit too remote for the missus. And quite honestly, for me too. I mean, I might get a little bored, but what I would like to do is build a cabin here for a couple of reasons. A, grandkid trap if we ever have grandkids. And so yeah, but then also you could use it for Airbnb, you could use it for guests, friends, anybody that comes over. But here's what I'm thinking. This is the high spot that I was thinking about building a cabin on. And you can see it's kind of nice because you got one pond, 2 ponds. In the far distance over there, you can see the 3rd pond that we cleaned out this summer. What if, you can see there's a little bit of a ridge here where we have a gate. What if we brought a dozer in and that low spot that I've been cleaning out today, what if we actually dug that out, made that part of a pool, put a culvert across this driveway right here, and then came over here and extended that pool. So you'd have the illusion of sitting here 1, 2, 3, 4 pools, ponds, all within a nice little distance. That sure would be nice to watch the cattle, the ducks coming in, lots of little fishing going on. I don't know, just a thought that came to me. I mean, the way the land drains and everything, I think you could put a dam over there where that tree is. That tree would have to go. But you could put a dam there with an overflow, which in essence would overflow into that pond. I don't know. Just something to kind of kick around and think about. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much going to be a wrap. I think I've had all I can do. My quads are hurting. I've had way too much time in the tractor. I've had too many squats picking up things today. So I think I'm gonna call it a wrap and go back to the house and get something to eat. Hey, as always, glory be to God. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. Love to hear your thoughts. What do you think, guys? Is that going to be a pretty good little bonfire one day? I'm hoping. All right. Thanks, guys.